Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Toronto FC versus New York City FC, MLS 2025, Week 10. So, here we go. Toronto versus New York City. In Toronto, Toronto just got their first win of the season last week. Can they make it two? 2 in 2 weeks. And if they do, they will have a point per game after 10 matches. Which, and they'll be over the Revolution with a game in hand, or Revs would have a game in hand. A point away from NYCFC, 2 points away from the Red Bulls in Chicago if they win. They'll be 2 points away from the playoffs. So, if you're Toronto, if you're NYCFC, you're right there. How we doing? I hope you're looking forward to tomorrow morning. Because I will be live for Winnipeg versus St. Louis Game 4. And I will be wearing a Blues t-shirt. A Blues shirt for that. So, may the best team win. Blues are my second favorite team. We got Toronto Saturday, St. Louis Sunday. We got TFC, then the Leafs, then we got the Blues and City on Sunday. So, 1-1 game in Florida. I've been watching until this started. We had to start here. I hope Tampa pulls it off. I want them to take chunks out of each other. Florida's beatable. We're better than Tampa. Toronto is. Yeah, beat the Sens first. Yeah, well, we've won 3 already. Then again, if we don't win in 5, we're probably losing the series because, well, you let them win too. With that being said, so just finish it today. With that being said, starting 11s for Toronto FC in goal and New York. Sean Johnson, the back 3, Raul Petretta, Kevin Long, Sigurd Rosted, the midfield 5 of Cozy Thompson, Jonathan Osorio, Maxime Dominguez, Davy Flores, Theo Corbianu, and the front 2 of Federico Bernardeschi and Charlie Sharp. Starting 11 for NYCFC in goal, Matt Freese. The back 4, Kevin O'Toole, Thiago Martins, Justin Hawk, Tavon Gray. Midfield 3, Keaton Parks, Jonathan Shore, Maxi Morales. And the front 3 of Agustina Heda, Alonso Martinez, and Hannes Wolff. And there we go. Boom. All right. Who's the best player for NYCFC? Alonso Martinez. And a close second is still Maxi Morales. As they should. I'm surprised they didn't get a game. Yeah, the Habs did look good last night. And I have a hunch that was the turning point. I mean, the Caps lost their goalie. It sucks that happened. But the Caps lost their goalie. You could say, but the Habs lost theirs. You realize how good Dobish is? Arguably, he's better than Sammy, so. And besides, the last time the Habs played the Capitals, Rory brought this up. They changed from Carey Price to Halak at this point, and well, you know what happened then. So, maybe the Leafs-Habs Eastern Conference Final is still alive. Maybe it is. We've got Sean Johnson wearing a Leafs jersey. Berna wearing a Leafs jersey. Austin Matthews sweater. Nice. As long as the Leafs win, I'm happy today. If TFC wins, I'm over the moon. Are you happy if TFC wins and the Leafs don't? Yeah. It's not like the Leafs blew a Game 7. Starting 11 for Sean Johnson in goal for TFC. Starting 11. Petretta, Rosted, Long, Thompson. Oh, Safat Mob was wrong. Why am I not surprised? Davy Flores, Maxime Dominguez, Jonathan Osorio, Corbianu, Sharp, Bernardeschi up top. Our team is hurt to hell and back. But I like Charlie Sharp. Well, that's all time, but that's all time HJU. Also got a free agent, Johnny Russell. In goal, Freeze. O'Toole, Martins, Hawk, Gray. Hawk, the captain. Wow. Morales, Shore, Parks. Ojeda, Martinez, Wolff. You normally don't see a guy wearing the number 80 being the captain in football. Now, hockey, on the other hand, that might happen. Football, no. Players to watch. Sean Johnson for Toronto. Well, that makes sense. Is this Maxime's first start? Yes. Sean Johnson has 105 career MLS clean sheets entering today. And player to watch for NYCFC is Ojeda. 8 shots in 9 matches this season, but 87% pass accuracy for him. Okay. But yes, before we get going, I'm live for this game. I'll review this match once it's over. I'll be live for the Leafs later tonight and then review that. And then tomorrow morning, high noon, Central Time, I'll be live for the Blues versus Winnipeg Game 4. We'll review that once it's over. And then 6 p.m. Central, St. Louis City SC plays LAFC. We'll be live for that, review that. So we start this run of double days with 1 football, 1 hockey. We start with football, end it with football. Saturday starts with the football, ends with hockey. Sunday starts with hockey, ends with the football. It's a Toronto Saturday and a St. Louis Sunday. Once I realized that was the case, I was like, you know what? Might as well. Might as well. Toronto Saturday, St. Louis Sunday. It's like, oh, St. Louis LAFC is playing on Sunday. And then the Blues are playing at 12. I could do both. I was like, might as well. When I realized it, I was like, might as well. So, said I'd do some Blues Stanley Cup games as well. There you go. So even if they get knocked out by the Jets, I still came through with that part of the promise. Even if they do. True. But I will say about the Winnipeg-St. Louis series, it feels to me whoever blinks first at home's losing. Like, whoever loses at home first is going to lose the series. I think that's the way it's going to go. It's the opposite of 2019. Who's the best Jets player of all time? We're talking Winnipeg. Damn. Hellebuck? It has to be. Is Patrick Laine, honestly, hit his potential, if you want to say that, after he left? Kyle Connor's a good skater. He's a good goal scorer, but yeah, Hellebuck, it has to be, right? Even with his playoff demons, it has to be Hellebuck, right? Has to be. Has to be. Blake Wheeler has an argument, true. I would think Dustin Byfuglien has an argument. I would, but that ended horribly. That ended horribly. So. Yeah. Now, if we're talking about the New York Jets, I guess Joe Namath. If we're talking about those Jets. See, it's an easier question if you're asking about the New York Jets. Much easier. Hey, Winnipeg isn't so bad, aren't they? They still don't have an airport, though. Still no airport, but it's not so bad, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I understand why he walked away. I'm not saying it did end a little bit soap opera-y. I understand why he walked away. But it did end sort of soap opera-y. Yeah, he was a good player. He was tough. I enjoyed watching him play. Even though he was never on the Leafs, I did enjoy watching him play. How we doing, Winvo? Yes. Stereotypical Southern guy. I think. Maybe I'm confused. Here we go. Referee Pierre-Luc Lausier. Oh God. Here we go. Why wasn't the TLC match on WrestleMania? They're idiots. That's why. But it wouldn't have been as good if it was on WrestleMania because it wouldn't have got 30 minutes of just outright attempted. Kevin Stott, the VAR referee. I mean, they damn near killed each other during that TLC match. I know it's kayfabe, but like legit, watch. Just getting ready for the Copa del Rey final. That should be interesting. This ref is a joke. I know. How we doing, Daniel? The NYCFC contingent is here. This is a winnable match for Toronto. I mean, you would think. I'm not getting my hopes up, though. If they lose, I won't rant unless they do something stupid. I'm not. The last 4 weeks have not totally shifted my perspective to the point where I'm delusional. Good performances the past couple of weeks for Toronto. Let's get it done. Now, if the Leafs lose, that's a different story. That's a different story. And we're off. Lightning score 2-1. Let's go. Because one, I'd rather have Tampa. Second of all, well, y'all know. Playing forward. Cleared away. Toronto's already over NYCFC. That's good news. Hopefully we eventually see every seat full at BMO once again. Yeah, I can't wait for those days. Tavon Gray on the ball. 37 seconds, 0-0. Toronto's already all over them, so that's the good news. If you're a Toronto fan. If you're an NYCFC fan, well, it's early. That's the good news. It's early. Sometimes you can start a game all over the other team and they still find a way to lose. Ask the Ottawa Senators. Game 3, started that game all over the Leafs. Still lost in overtime. Oh, by the way, speaking of, the refereeing was totally absolute bias towards the Senators, and they still lost in overtime. I love the Battle of Ontario, especially in the playoffs. It sucks during the regular season. because we don't really win much. Oh, but during the playoffs, though. Oh, yeah. Look at the shirt. Look at that. It's not like I'm hiding it. Playing forward. It's not like who I'm hiding, who I'm for. Also a Leafs fan, so that if that gives you that. Damn. I expected better out of Bobrovsky. Bernadeschi. Cross in. Header by Charlie Sharp over the bar. Oh, by the way, we won Tampa. We won Tampa. We won Tampa. What? What? Do you like stream more than one game a day? Most days. Mostly, I would say for most of the year, it's one game a day. And then when we get to like Champions Cup, more than one, especially during the midweeks, summertime. Oh, definitely more than one a day. I'm doing a hockey game today, so I'm doing 2 games today. One of them is just hockey, same with Sunday. There's also a good bit of hockey on this channel. I love hockey, especially during the playoffs or the Four Nations final. That was good. That was good too. But there's sometimes I'll do other sports. Maybe the baseball playoffs if the Blue Jays make it. College football, gridiron football during January. I'm more CONCACAF anyway. We do college football in the fall. So basically, I would say 330 days out of the year, we have at least one game a day. Then when you come to it, I would say half of that, over half of that, 2 games a day or more. And probably 75% of that, over half, is probably both football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. When it comes to 2 games a day, then there's a little bit where hockey and college football make up the rest of those doubles. So do that what you will. How we doing, Nestor? Good. So, hello, Hans. Hello. So, yeah, I would say 2 previous TFC goalies on NYCFC's bench. Well, one of them totally sucks, so I will say this. Greg Ranjitsingh totally sucks. If you really want to give him that. Wait, Tomas Romero still plays there? I thought he left. Hold on. Oh, my, he's still there. Tomas Romero is still there. I thought he left. I don't know who was better. Yeah, I'm glad Gavron is there because, no. I mean, Romero's probably better than Ranjit Singh, but not by much, if I'm being real. He hasn't had a start yet this year, though, right? No. Maybe Wednesday, Gavron. I don't know. Should they? I don't know. Last start he made was Gavron's last start was July 10th, 2024. Holy crap. That was his last start. July 10th, 2024. I would have thought that he... Okay. Greg in USL. No, he's on the bench for NYCFC today. So, I think he was talking about the Open Cup. I think Daniel was talking about the Open Cup. New York City's playing the Riverhounds. If not one, two is. Open Cup's next week, right? I think. 7 minutes in. Toronto's doing well. Keep it going. United States Open Cup. There it is. May 6th. Yeah, NYCFC is playing the Riverhounds May 7th, so it's next week, not this one. But yeah, why not let them play that game? Well, I don't have to because I won't. Well, I don't know. May the best team win. When it comes to the Pittsburgh NYCFC game, may the best team win. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Do we get hammered versus Charlotte? Seems like everybody is. So, yes. Seems like everybody is so far this year. So, yes. Browns pick Shador Sanders. I can't believe 5 rounds. And it's the Cleveland Browns who already picked Dylan Gabriel, who already have Joe Flacco and do I need to say more? I don't know. I know what match was last night? The match the Hardys versus the match last night or Hardys rated RKO Team 3D last night. I'll even say last night was better than Edge and Christian versus the Hardys versus the Dudleys. Hot take, I know. Out for a goal kick. See, if he had flashes, but like the last time he was any good was 2022. Like, he has MLS experience, but like after 2022, I don't think we've heard his name once, besides the fact he played some games. But yeah, if we go time travel and pluck the 2022 version of him out, yeah. But other than that, no. Time travel isn't real yet. Line brawl in the Battle of Florida, of course. I'm surprised there hasn't been a line brawl in the Battle of Ontario yet. I'm surprised. I legit am. Over under, it happens tonight. Over under, it happens tonight. 10 minutes in. Playing forward, pressing. 0-0. Damn. Aston Villa lost to Crystal Palace 3-0. What? Yeah, if Man City wins the semifinal of the FA Cup, they're winning the trophy, aren't they? Damn it. No foul. This channel is CONCACAF and hockey, kid. If it was the Champions League final, I would. Because I normally do the UEFA finals. If it was the Club World Cup final in this new format, I would, but Barcelona's not there. Maybe next time. If they played one in Toronto as a preseason friendly, I might do it. Just for the jokes. Just for the memes. Other than that, when have I ever done a domestic cup final of any of the Big Five countries on this channel? Well, you would have done the DFB Pokal if Bayer Leverkusen won the Europa League. Well, that's a different situation. That was history. Besides, I thought Bayer Leverkusen fans really loved watching my content. Because they played Toluca that one time, and then they played St. Louis, and that did pretty well, and such is it. So that was also kind of part of it. But either way, I didn't do it because they didn't beat Atalanta. I was like, hey, maybe Bayer Leverkusen fans would love watching me cover full-on history. If they beat Atalanta, then I'll do the DFB Pokal final, which they won that, but they didn't win the Europa League. So that killed that dead. So I would have done the DFB Pokal final, but I didn't. So why are you asking? Which one, UEFA or CONCACAF? UEFA, PSG, CONCACAF at this point. I hate to say it, but I think Vancouver's doing it. I think Vancouver's actually going to do it. I don't trust either of the Mexican teams against Vancouver. I don't. I know they're going to Mexico. They'll probably very likely go to Mexico to play the final. I don't trust either of the Mexican teams against Vancouver. I think Vancouver could beat them both. If it was America, I'd be less worried. But here we are. That ship's forever sailed. Especially if we make Leagues Cup. Especially Toronto versus a European team. Yes, that ship is totally sailed. European teams playing in Toronto for preseason matches at BMO Field. That's a little bit more likely, but I think that ship is sailed too. Somewhat. It's closer to the shore, though. But I guarantee you. And I hate it because I loved it. Toronto playing European teams like in July, that was pretty nice. But then you have Leagues Cup. Well, they're not in it. So you think they could. But I guess with all the injuries we get, maybe it's not worth it anyway. I don't know. What a match last night. Line had to be benched. Yeah, I agree with that. Dolphins drafting all defense. Well, I think they should. Not a bad call. 15th minute. Sometimes teams should pick what they need to fill out their team. Like the Patriots. They picked a wide receiver. They picked an offensive lineman. They picked a running back. They have a lot of things to fill out. Probably should have went more on the offensive line, but, you can do that in free agency as well, because free agency... Oh, it's already started, yeah, but they did. They did a little bit. Or you could be the Steelers, just not draft a quarterback anyway. He already did get drafted, Shedeur, to the Cleveland Browns. Shot saved by Sean Johnson against his former team. Finn Balor already booked his ticket for him and his wife to the Europa League final. Oh, you're so sure. I mean, I think Tottenham will go to the Europa League final, but come on, Finn. You got the money. Wait 2 weeks, kid. Come on. I mean, okay. Bodo Glimt is they've had their moments. Yep. Hey, nice reference. That was so PWG last night, though. The prosthetic leg was so PWG. The fan giving Montez his prosthetic leg to hit somebody with. Such a car crash, I forgot who he exactly hit with it, but that was so PWG. That was so PWG. That was awesome. Bodo Glimt to play Toronto FC. We would probably lose. They're playing good today. They played good for like the past month, Toronto. I know. We're still Toronto. Even when we were good, we still had those games that were just inexplicable losses anyway, because of course they were. Now that we're bad. The Dolphins drafted a Samoan. Well, I mean, okay. News at 11. Top story tonight. News at 11. 19th minute. 0-0. Playing forward. Yeah, they went to space. Their flight wasn't the moon landing, all right? That might be jokes. Their flight wasn't the moon landing. They went to space. Do you think the Giants are going to be good with the picks they got? Hey, the last time the Giants were good, they had a quarterback from Ole Miss. Do that what you will. Exactly. Do I need to say it? I won't. BKL. The joke was the moon landing was fake. The joke was the conspiracy theory that the moon landing was fake. That's the joke. We won't choke if we play the Lightning. That's why I want the Lightning. I'm afraid of Florida. I'm afraid of the Florida Panthers. That's the one team I'm afraid of. The Leafs will beat anybody else. Like, this Leafs team is so different, they'll beat anybody else. And I'm not saying they won't. I'm not saying they will lose to Florida, but that's the one team where I'm like, I'll throw up my hands if we lose and be like, okay, it just wasn't our year. It is what it is. We were the underdogs. We tried. We got bodied. All right. Throw up my hands. It is what it is. Everybody else, there's a position of me being pissed off if they lose to somebody. If they lose to Ottawa after having a 3-0 series lead, I'm going to legitimately explode on camera, and I mean in flames. If we lose to Tampa, I'm going to be pissed off. If we lose to Montreal, which it wouldn't be the first time, I'm going to be pissed off. If we lose to the Caps without their big goalie, their main goalie, I'm going to be pissed off. Even with their main goalie, I still would have been pissed off. If we're going to lose to the Carolina Hurricanes or the Devils, I'm going to be pissed off. The Leafs should beat any of those teams. Any of them. Florida, okay, I'll throw my hands up there. Out of the West, I'm not afraid of any of them. I'm not afraid of any of them. Leafs could beat any of them. I ain't afraid of nobody. They buckled down and beat the Avalanche. They buckled down and beat the Kings. I know they could do it. The Oilers ain't good. Just be real. The Blues, my luck, they'll play the Blues in the Stanley Cup final somehow and lose because that's just my luck. But yeah, I agree with you. Yes. I agree. Jack Black is fun. Jack Black makes horrible movies fun. If you think the movie has a horrible premise that won't translate, just cast Jack Black as the main guy. It may be a movie that you really, I don't know. Charlie Sharp with a shot over the bar. What are you doing, man? But yeah, basically, Minecraft movie. The plot looked horrible. The way they made it looked horrible. Jack Black made it bearable. They casted Jack Black as Steve, and he made it bearable. He made it a meme. Nacho Libre. If they casted anybody other than Jack Black as Nacho Libre, that movie would have sucked. I am sure that if you have a movie that has a horrible concept that probably would flop if anybody else was the star, you cast Jack Black, it's at least going to be entertaining. The concept may still suck, but you're going to get some memes out of it. I'll put it like that. I got TFC scoring first goal, 1K on it. Well, good for you. Think Habs coming back? I say yes. I say they are. Corner, or throw in for Toronto. Close to the corner. 26th minute. I mean, the way this game's going, yeah, Toronto will score the first goal. I'll go with it. Yeah. Yeah, the way this game's going, I say yes, they do. I agree. Like, NYCFC has been milquetoast at best. Charlie Sharp through to Dominguez. Cross cleared away. Corbianu doesn't get there. Davy Flores heads it down. Who's on a yellow? True. That is true. At least Nacho Libre does. Minecraft movie? We'll already have a Whitecaps jersey, so. I don't want you to waste $200 on a Montreal jersey that I'll just throw into a microwave and film it. Welcome to Is It a Good Idea to Microwave This? I'm your host, Ron Anderson. Today, we are here at the Ron Anderson Microwave Laboratory 2.0, where safety We thought of it. That's why we have behind this giant tinfoil shield, is to protect our nuts, because nobody likes roasted nuts. We have these fans to circulate the air, and as always, that's wide. I am. '27th minute. I think SmackDown was better than Raw this week. Honestly, I think you're right. I was let down by Monday Night Raw. Well, Vince is not there anymore. See, the reason they left WWE is because of Vince. Then he got ousted. '401 Darby. Microwave in Montreal jersey that week. Ooh. Cross in. Wide. Oh, by the way, Wrexham got promoted. Wrexham is going to the championship. 2025-26. Corner for NYCFC. Because Tony Khan's an idiot. That's why they think everything they're doing is great. They still think they're counterculture when really they're not. Cross in, header. 29th minute. Cleared away, throw in for Toronto. How were they so good 5 years ago? Because Vince was still around. That's how. Because Vince was still being a wrestling terrorist. She signed a WWE Legends deal. Maybe she'll show up. You know what I miss? Rusev's old theme song. By the way, Alistair got his old theme song back, so why didn't Rusev? I was like, okay, I could see the Deaf Rebel, whatever, okay. And then Alistair comes back with his old theme song. I'm like, so Rusev doesn't get his old theme back? They're both CFOS songs. What are we doing? Now that's what I miss. I got Real. Yellow card. 31st minute. Free kick. Kevin Long gets a yellow card. Free kick for NYCFC. Toronto got a chance, and then there you go. How's Def Rebel still in the company? I don't know. I don't know. This ref's card happy. Yeah, it's Pierre-Luc Lazier. What do you expect? It is a cool song. I'm just saying, why didn't Rusev get his theme back? If Alistair gets his, why didn't? That's all I'm saying. So Triple H either likes Alistair way more than Rusev, or it's just ironic. Or you could say, well, Rusev could survive a theme change more than Alistair, because I want them to bring back CFOS if they could. If they could bring back Jim Johnson, that'd be nice too. But I liked CFOS. I like CFOs. Their themes were good. I love when people were complaining about him because they just weren't Jim Johnson, and then Def Rebel showed up and they were utter shit. I always like CFOs. I'm like, I told you they actually had some quality stuff. Free kick taken, chipped over, headed away. You just didn't want to admit it because why? You didn't want to admit it because they weren't Jim Johnston, and then now you admit it. It's funny. Def Rebel's actually shit. That's the difference. They haven't gotten better. It's been, 6 years? It's been, 6 years? I won't even lie. I'm sort of glad John didn't change his music. Well, bad for you. He has Triple H's favorite look. Emo. Do we not remember the time Triple H made everybody wear black and look goth on NXT before he had his heart problems? Like, I will say, the one positive about NXT 2.0 is it added a lot of color to NXT. Like, that was the one good thing about NXT 2.0. Like, the end time of Triple H, like that last year or two of NXT with Triple H for NXT 2.0 was dark and dreary. That kind of made it suck. I won't even lie. Like, yeah, the takeovers were still good, but weekly, I really couldn't care. And it probably didn't help that Triple H just made it dark and dreary with all his emo bots. I will admit, NXT 2.0 kind of sucked and it was rocky at the beginning, but the one thing they did right was add a shot of color to everything. That's the one thing they did right. And then Sean took over the booking. It sort of became 2014 NXT again. It's kind of back to that. Where you're like, okay, I could see, like, NXT has its moments now. Like, it's not as good as 2014, but, like, you could kind of tell this kind of feels like early network NXT. Maybe a little bit less work rate, but you could, it took a while, but it is developmental. Three-one Lightning. Well, I mean, look at me. You think I like that? I mean, true, but I mean, some of those guys were talented, like Braun Breaker. Like, I'll even admit that. I like Braun Breaker. Like, I could tell Braun Breaker was always going to be a star. Like, even when he debuted on NXT, I'm like, yeah, Braun's going to be a star. Like, I knew that. Not just because he's a Steiner, but, dude, Jesus. Like, that's why I hope he's not J&J security for Seth. Like, I hope they're pretty equal. Which it looks like that. They'll be pretty equal, all things considered. But I think Fraxium truly got called up. I think Roxanne and Julia are getting called up. You would think so. I'm surprised Trick didn't show up at all on Monday or Friday. I'm surprised about that. You would think Trick would get called up. You would think so. That's about it. I think the biggest surprises on Monday night and Friday night were Rusev and Aleister Black. And, well, we knew Aleister Black would come back. So that's about it. Fraxium, well, I think I knew that they were going to be on SmackDown, but yeah, I don't like Fraxium either, really. Stephanie Vicaire, yeah, that was really a talent showcase, but I think that was kind of the way they brought up Julia and Roxanne. But man, I thought that was an amazing match. The Stephanie Vicaire Io Sky match, oh my god, that was amazing. Bernadeschi got brought down. Or no, I mean, he did get stepped on. I should say he got stepped on while the defender was either way. I don't know. O'Toole's injured. I mean, he did get stepped on the run through. He didn't go down, but O'Toole did, though. But he did step on him. Corner for TFC once the play restart. Corner. And the Steelers picked another defensive tackle. My God. Cross in. The Steelers really think they're getting Aaron Rodgers. They have to. They have to. No quarterback. No Tyler Shook. No Shedeur Sanders. No Dylan Gabriel. Okay. Defensive tackles, of course. Oh, God, Pittsburgh. Header on by Rawstead, and Sharp loses the ball. Okay, the first question, why was Rawstead that high up? That's a free kick for NYCFC. Second of all, and Sharp lost the ball. He could have definitely taken a little bit more of a run inside of the box on that first touch, but he didn't. Yeah, that was a bad decision. 40th minute, 0-0. Huh. Out for a corner. You know, I agree with you. I think there is a place for sports entertainment and wrestling. Yes, I agree. But as a guy who, if he was in the business, would definitely be more of a work rate. Well, I could cut a damn good promo. I'm not a total vanilla midget. I mean, I'm probably... That's out for a goal kick. Well, difference is I can definitely cut a promo. Maybe that's why I'm fine with the sports entertainment part of things. I could actually cut a promo. Maybe that's why. If I couldn't cut a promo, I'd be totally pissed off about that take. Yeah. Promos matter. Hate to tell you, promos do matter. I mean, just look at John Cena with his heel turn. I mean, seriously, though. I love John, but no. I mean, he's tried to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. I'll give him that. Rocky, I hate you. Playing forward. Charlie Sharp making the run. Corbianu again. Shot save. I mean, and then John has to show up outside of WWE TV as a face. Talking to Daniel Cormier. Talking like a face. NFL Draft. Face Cena. DJ Booth at WrestleMania Access. Face Cena. Chris Van Vliet. Make-A-Wishes. For a guy who said he would go all in, turn heel freaking 12 years ago, this ain't all in, guy. Same stuff he normally wears. Same attire. Same music. Slightly different entrance. He just throws his rally towel over the back of his head and wears the title backwards and walks down the ramp as slow as Undertaker. Yeah, that's a blackout Titantron finally. Okay, cool. Again, I still love John, but really? Really? Kevin 10K 1-0. I hope you're complaining about. Yeah, John. Yeah, John is not following kayfabe. Oh, for sure. For sure. I'm like, dude, like, if you're gonna turn, I ain't booing you anyway. Do it. It pisses me off more that he's, I guess because he's in Hollywood, I guess he kind of has to do the half measures, just like Rock's ass is doing the half measures. He's like, I'm only the final boss on TV, but I'll talk like a face on the press conferences and all that. Okay. Maybe it's the Hollywood part of things that makes him have to, I don't know. Maybe he can't go all in. I hope that's the answer. Like when it comes to it, like Hollywood makes sure he can't go all in. Because, I mean, Rock hasn't either really gone all in on the final boss. Like, yeah, on TV, he's the final boss. But then when he does press conferences, he's Dwayne Johnson. When he's on Pat McAfee, he's Dwayne Johnson. He's still egotistical maniac, but two different things. Yeah, they would have done that at WrestleMania, but he didn't show up because, honestly, the only reason he showed up was because he wanted to make Cody look stupid. Here's my headcanon. He wanted Cody to turn heel so he could bury Cody. When Cody said, I'm not turning because the dude's never going to turn because do we not remember AEW? That's why he left in the first place. People got tired of his ass. People wanted him to turn. He's like, I ain't turning. His contract runs out. He goes back to WWE as a face. And, well, history's history. Then John Cena's like, well, if the office wants me to turn heel, I'll turn. Because John Cena will do anything they tell him to do. And even because John turned heel, honestly, the feud made Cody look stupid anyway. Like, I have a feeling Rock has an axe to grind against Triple H, which that was the whole time. And now Cody, because Cody's fans knocked Rock out of the match he always wanted with Roman. Call me crazy, but WWE will call it long-term storytelling. Well, or hockey's hockey. Call me crazy, but I think Rock has an axe to grind against Triple H, and now he has one against Cody. Call me crazy, but that's the only thing that makes sense. Hey, at least freaking Travis Scott showed up, though. I'll give him some respect for that, even though, you know, I'll give him some respect for that, even though I think he's unscrupulous and he got people killed at Astroworld. But, you know, I'll give him the respect for showing up. At least he did. And free kick for NYCFC? Okay. Yeah, I don't get it either. But the good news is it wouldn't have been 30 minutes. It wouldn't have been what it was. It was on WrestleMania, so I'll live with it. Maybe in ring, yes. Promo, yes. Running the business, no. Halftime, 0-0. Cero miro tiempo. I'll take it. Toronto's been playing well. Just put one away. But yeah, I will admit, in ring, Rock was better. Promo wise, Rock was better. Career wise, Rock is better. Booking wise, running the company, Triple H is better. Like, I'll say, as a wrestler, I mean, I guess so. I mean, yeah, WrestleMania 40, that was an amazing build to WrestleMania. Like, last year's WrestleMania was amazing. So you could say that. But then I could say, well, look at John Cena, Cody Rhodes. If he doesn't have an axe to grind against somebody, I think so. If he has an axe to grind against somebody, well, look at what just happened. Look at what just happened. If anything, so far, it seems to me like John Orton is honestly better than the build-up for Cody and Cena. Like the Randy and John build-up for Backlash seems to me like it's starting. That's better. I think we're getting there. Yes, except he's not as yeah, he's Vince without all the proclivities. Yeah. He's Vince without all the proclivities. Well, Fort Worth's full of marks. Well, he's a heel, so I guess you're supposed to boo him. So I guess they're doing their job there. But on the other hand, he's John Cena. But Randy could hold his own a lot more on promos than Cody because let's be honest, Randy Orton's better at promos than Cody. Cody's overrated as all hell. Let's just be real. Let's be real. John legit cooked Cody. Orton held his own, but you know that. Orton would hold his own. John legit cooked Cody every chance he got. I don't know if it's because Cody's overrated or, again, it's Rock wanted to have an axe to grind on Cody, or it could be both. Either way. Like, John's one of the best promos of all time. That's just the truth. Randy ain't that bad, though. If there's anything Randy can do, it's hold his own. Yeah, Yeah, that's why I sort of don't believe Rock saying, "Oh, Sky Dome wasn't sold out." I'm like, do you not know Toronto? Toronto's a big wrestling city. Even if it's in the Sky Dome, I think it'll sell out without you. But especially with John Cena there and CM Punk, you would think. I don't think it's gonna happen. No, I don't think John's gonna have a kid. No, I think, and I understand his thought process to a certain extent, like his actual thought process, not his heel thought process. Which it wouldn't surprise me if deep down there's a part of it where he's like, "I raised all your kids. I don't want to raise my own." I wouldn't be surprised that's a little bit of a part of it, but he doesn't say that in public because that kind of sounds bad, which is why it was a heel promo. But like, I understand John has a busy schedule, even as a movie star, and he's a little bit selfish, and he knows what it takes to raise a kid, and he doesn't feel like he'd be a good father. And he's got 4 siblings, so the Cena name would be passed down. So it's not his job. So to pass it down because he's got 4 siblings. So I think that's pretty obvious or pretty common knowledge. But either way, I understand it to a certain extent. I don't think he will. I think John's the closest he was when Miss Bella tried to get him to have kids, and then she was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe he wouldn't be happy, and she left him. Didn't really turn out well for her, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know. I don't think so, and I understand his thought process, but I didn't say I totally agreed. Because he's John Cena. And Mania crowds are more smarkier anyway, so. It's an interesting move. I think they need it. No, I just think Tampa's going to have their days. I didn't think Tampa was going to get swept. Now come back all the way, I don't know. 0-0. Yeah, it did. But he was starting to change his mind there at the end there. I don't know if he wanted to lose her or not, but then she was the one who was like, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe he wouldn't be happy if he ends up changing his mind. Like, that was kind of her thought process. So she left him. Again, didn't really turn out. I mean, she didn't really turn out well for her, but that's life. Sometimes you choose a different path, and sometimes it doesn't work out well for you. That's just life. Was Stone Cold drunk this WrestleMania? Is the Pope Catholic? Read that question back to yourself. And who are we talking about here? Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was drunk before he got to the ring. Then he got more drunk when he drank more Steve Weisers in the ring. Dude, who are we talking about here? It's like, oh, was Stone Cold drunk? The one guy who's known for slamming beers in the ring is the Pope Catholic. Is the Pope Catholic. That's not my place to say. It's not my place to talk. It's not my place. It's not my place. That's their lives. It's not my place. It's not my place. It's not my place. Interesting. Gotta take a break soon. So hold on. I feel like some of it was scripted. But the dude's a little bit. He has his ways. I definitely think he's a bit neurodivergent. I mean, look at the freaking memes he posts on Instagram. I mean, come on. This man ain't normal by any stretch of the imagination. But I understand that as well because I'm certainly not normal either. I don't think there's been a lawsuit yet. Well, some of it gets drunk. But I did say slams beers, so I didn't disagree. I'm just saying, is the Pope Catholic? That's the one guy. I mean, come on. Come on. Like, with that being said, we'll take a short break at the half. 4-1 Tampa Bay. Good. 5-1 Barcelona. Well, who knows? Take a short break. 0-0. We are back for the stats at the half. That was pretty quick. We got to run through these pretty quickly. 44% possession to 56% possession, 5 shots to 3, 0 shots on target to 1. We have 121 accurate passes, 70% to 173, 78%, 6 fouls to 6, 1 corner to 5, 5 shots to 3, 0 shots on goal to 1. We have 173 passes to 222, 70% pass accuracy to 78, 77 passes in their own half to 111. We got 14 throws to 11, 0 offside to 1, 2 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 0-0 at the half. I think Toronto's the better team slightly. I think they've done their job. I think they could easily win this game. I think they look like they're the team more likely to win this game, especially, well, of course, there needs to be a goal. I think Toronto is the team more likely to win this game. If there's a winner on the night, I think it is Toronto. NYCFC's defense has been solid, but their offense has not been as good. Simple. So that's my thought. Maybe they weren't trying, but it's Sometimes it's hard to sweep a team. Even if you're the defending Stanley Cup champions and you've looked like you've dominated a team over 2 games, it's very hard to sweep a team in hockey. It might be 4-1 Tampa, or it might be 4-1 Florida when it comes down to it at the end of the series. Who knows? Maybe they win games 3, 4, and 5. They win games 4 and 5, and nobody remembers that the Lightning had a pretty good game in game 3. Maybe that's what happens. I don't know. Do I see the Lightning at least winning 2? Yes, I do. Would I prefer them to somehow win 4 anyway and win the series? Yes. I still think the Leafs would beat them. I think they would definitely be beat down more than the Panthers. Wow. Well, yeah, I guess the Pope is Catholic joke doesn't really work. The seat is vacant. Damn it, you're right. For now, yeah, I guess the Pope is Catholic joke doesn't work. The seat is vacant. Sede vacante. I guess technically right now the joke doesn't work because there is no Pope. There won't be one for another 12 days probably, at very least. Still probably, 10 days for conclave? It'll take them a couple of days to elect somebody. Abemus papam. In about, 12, 13 days at least. So, yeah, for now, I guess it doesn't work. You're right. I guess the Pope is Catholic joke doesn't work because there is no Pope. Sede vacante. Rest in peace, Pope Francis. I guess you're right. It doesn't work. Not for now. Not for another half a month. If not more. Playing forward. And we're off in the second half, by the way. 5-1 Tampa. I agree. He still is. Maybe not in the ring, but Steve Austin is still awesome like he is. Dude, you might have a point, but I'm the one who knows hockey more than you. The Habs are a good team. The Lightning are a good team. Sometimes, yeah, you're in positions you don't want to be in. Sometimes you go down and you're on the edge. But every team in the playoffs, even though I think the Leafs will sweep tonight, but maybe that's just me hoping, even the Sens could win tonight, and it wouldn't shock me. Cross in. There's always a punch back at the very least. And I don't think that's because the Caps took a dive. I don't think that's because the Florida Panthers took a dive. You don't take a dive at home, by the way, just so you know. If you want to be real, it's more likely the Caps took a dive than the Panthers. Let's realize the Panthers are playing at home. You don't take a dive at home. That doesn't help your case. I don't care if you steal both games on the road. You don't take a dive at home. If you steal both games on the road and you're the team who doesn't have home ice, you end up trying to at least win 1 at home. If not, finish it off in 4. Hard job. Easier said than done. I get it. But you don't take a dive. Tampa punched back. If anything, I think Tampa punched back. Cleared away. But okay. Kachuk gets a 5-minute major for interference. Of course. Hit that like button. I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's obvious candidates. And once they whittle down to 2, there's a couple of obvious candidates. And once they have the front runners, I don't think it'll take that long. And besides, the people who are on the side of, Francis appointed most of the Cardinals. it's going to be more of a guy that represents Francis's beliefs than a conservative or moderate Cardinal. I don't see why it should take that long. Now, if people are like wrong about that, and I don't think Francis, when he appointed the Cardinals to the college that he appointed, I don't think he appointed people who were exactly the same as him. I think he appointed people who were around the world. I think more of Francis's thought process was he wanted to spread out the power around the world, not try to. Now, of course, there are going to be people who think similarly to him, like Cardinal Tagle, who got appointed before Francis, but still, there are people who think more like Francis, yes. But do I think it's 80% of the Cardinals? No, I don't. So maybe it will take longer, but I don't think it's going to take that long. Do I think it'll take as quick as the Canadian election? No. Man, that's going to be funny if somehow the polls are wrong and they don't call the Canadian election before the West, but that'd be kind of funny, but $3 years for conclave record. Yeah, it ain't gonna take 3 years. Past 51st minute. '51st minute. And yes, the Canadian election is Monday. So if you haven't voted yet and you're in Canada, go vote. Dominguez playing forward. Bernadeschi out for a corner. I'm not going to endorse anybody, even though I think y'all could probably put 2 and 2 together of who I would endorse if I endorsed somebody. But all I'm going to say is go vote. All I will say is go vote. If you're in Canada, you already have. Good. Because there is advanced voting as well. Corner for Toronto. Cross in. Out. Yeah, there are 4 Canadian Cardinals in the conclave, yes, which is cool. Oh, advanced voting is finally okay. Yeah. True. Yeah, It was open, now it's closed. You would think, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Cross in. You would think the weekend before would be smart to keep it open, but I won't say anything besides that. You would think it'd be smart, but shot blocked away. Like, seriously, though, you would think it'd be kind of smart to keep advanced voting open the weekend before the election. I mean, they're just paper ballots. How hard is it to count? And they fill headed away, off the line. I mean, you only fill one bubble of the candidate in your riding you vote for, or the party you vote for. It's not as hard as an American ballot. Whether you use paper or use a machine, it's not as hard as an American ballot. It's one thing. It's one thing. Unless you're, I guess, Carlton, then there's like 90 people on the same ballot. Cozy clears off the line. That was a good. Nah, I think the Leafs could sweep it. Like, no joke. Like, Pierre Poilievre's riding is like 90 people on the ballot. Like, no joke. Like, no joke. Look it up. It's true. And they tried to do it at Carney's riding, but the time ran out too quickly because nobody knew where Carney would run until he called the election. So they couldn't do Carney's riding, which a lot of people got pissed about that, which I understand why it didn't happen. Okay, so there you go. So similar to... Oh, God, you don't even know. If the Leafs somehow go to Game 7 and get reverse swept, you don't know. Oh, my God. I don't even want to imagine how angry I'll be. I will be red. Like, I will be as red as a Toronto jersey. My face will be beet red. I'll be looking like I'm about to have a heart attack. Frankly, by the time the video's over, the anger that I have, I might. If I don't explode into flames before then. Like, oh, you want to crash out? Oh, you're going to get one. If God forbid that happens, you want to crash out? You want the biggest crash out I probably ever have? Oh, yeah. Hope for that. If you want to see me crash out and you want a God tier level crash out, yeah, no. Just hope the Leafs get reverse swept. Header. Oh, just hope. Just hope. Boo with all the smoke coming out of your ears. Yeah, that would probably be part of it. Yeah, corner. Like, you want to see a crash out. I hope that doesn't happen. But you want to see a God tier crash out? Yeah, just hope the Leafs get reverse swept. Cross in. I don't know who's going to crash out harder, but do you think they would destroy their city? Okay, this ain't Vancouver after the Stanley Cup Finals. I think Leafs fans know hurt that much that the worst that's going to happen is some people are going to crash out and scream about it. This ain't Vancouver after the Stanley Cup Finals. Toronto Maple Leafs fans know hurt. Trust me, there have been moments where they could have destroyed the city before this. There could have been. 3-1. Losing to a 42-year-old Zamboni driver. Blowing a 3-1 lead. Series lead against the Habs. No, there have been moments where they could have destroyed the city and they haven't yet. I'm sure a reverse sweep wouldn't change. That one pushed. No. Oh, yeah, people are going to scream about it. Me being one of them. And then another guy who's in a blue room, he'll be screaming about it. I can tell you that much. But will they destroy the city? No, the same Vancouver after the Stanley Cup Finals. Oh, God. Can you please kill that joke, Pacharo? Jesus Christ. You know what? If the Leafs blow us... You know what? If the Leafs get reverse swept, I might just actually take up bowling. You might get your wish. You know what, Pacharo? I might take up bowling. If the Leafs get reverse swept, I might take up bowling. Whether I covered or actually do bowl, I might take it up. You know what? You might get your wish if the Leafs get reverse swept. Because hockey ain't for me. If that happens. Bullshit, I'll still watch them next year. Either way, let's not bring that bad momentum out. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. No. 59th minute. Let's not. Besides. Whatever. The Big Lebowski. I'd rather be the Big Lebowski. Foot on the line. Bernadeschi goes down. No penalty. Be a goal kick for NYCFC. Or, well, no, that was John Goodman's character. Either way. Lol. '60th minute. What was that call? Pro refs being pro refs. That's exactly what that was. That was pro refs being pro refs. I mean, are we new here? Are we new here? 60th minute, 0-0. '61st minute. Throw in for NYCFC. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, no, it's more like wah, 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 wah. Throw in. Playing forward. Roll stick. Oh, no. No, 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 no. He let that ball bounce. This is not good. Alonso Martinez. Penalty for NYCFC. Oh, so that's a penalty. That's a penalty. Oh, God. No way. So they get a penalty, but we don't. So somebody finally calls a trip. No. This ref is something else. Pierre-Luc Lauzière, when I find you, when I catch you. Pierre-Luc Lauzière, when I catch you. I don't see one there. Oh, but they'll give it. They'll give it. Oh, they'll give it. Please tell me they at least go to VAR. Are you kidding me? So NYCFC gets a penalty, but Toronto had more of one, and they... Nah, this is... Nah, no, VAR, damn it. Cozy ain't happy, which I understand that, man. Maxi Morales is going to take the penalty. 63rd minute. No, legit they are. No, it's Alonso Martinez who's going to take it. Alonso Martinez is going to take the penalty he earned. Last penalty was top bins. Ball don't lie, baby. Come on. Ball don't lie, baby. Come on. Come on. Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. Come on. And it's a goal. Bottom corner. Sean couldn't get it. 1-0. 0-1. NYCFC has the lead. 64th minute. Nah. Robbery, I agree. I don't think we're scoring anyway, so yeah, I think that's a NYCFC win. NYCFC is going to win this game. Player was already going down. Horse shit. Really? I guess TFC is losing this game, so let's just accept it as it is. This is going to be a loss. It's going to be a loss. Fernandez is on for Ojeda. If Toronto comes back to even draw, I'm going to be shocked. Well, as long as the Leafs win, I'm fine. It's fine. I won't let this ruin my day. I won't let this ruin my day. I still got to talk about it, but I won't let this ruin my day. Well, at least we got the Can Champ game on Wednesday that we should win against Montreal. Unless something like that happens. I agree. By the way, you might as well just throw this game at this point and just wait for Wednesday. Substitution, Davy Flores off for Coelho. Man, Robin Fraser doesn't like Coelho, doesn't he? Honestly, walk off the field for two reasons. One, that was a bullshit penalty. Two, just give everything for Insigne's on for really, we're going for Dominguez. Okay. We're that desperate. Okay, Insigne's on for Dominguez. That was brutal. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Fraser's not the answer. Yeah, Robin Fraser, I don't think he is the answer. Call the Pirate. Playing forward. Playing forward. Yeah, maybe that 1 year with Colorado was a fluke. You know what? Yeah, maybe that Colorado season was a fluke. Yeah. That's what I'm starting to realize. '68th minute. 1-0 NYCFC. Goal kick. Playing forward. Bernadeschi loses the ball, of course. Playing forward. Corbianu. And it goes to Sharp. 69th minute. Corbianu. You're right. Bernadeschi's off for Tyrese Spicer. Whoa. We're chasing a game. I love Spicer, but okay. Yeah, I guess they're so pissed off. They're okay. This team is so pissed off. They're trying to be even more desperate than. Lord. Now, I guess the positive is if we lose today, I'd rather lose today than Wednesday. Plays forward, Insigne. Throw in. No, Davies won it. Remember the bubble? 2020? Should have been Spicer for Corbianu. Yeah, I agree with that. Hmm? 72nd minute. Yeah, they should have put Spicer on for Corbianu and kept Bernadeschi on. Unless Bernadeschi's hurt, which I guess wrap it up. We're done. Playing forward. And that's going to go out for a goal kick. 72nd minute. Fernandez with a yellow. Playing forward. 73rd minute. I mean, Toronto didn't do too bad today. They just got bullshitted. That's my line. Right now, that's my line. Toronto didn't do too bad today. They just got bullshitted. That's my line. That's my line right now. Honestly, this was a ref disaster class. That's my line. That's where I'm going to go with it. Well, at least I ain't got to put much work into the RSR today. That's good news with a double. If this continues the way it is, I don't. If anything, all I got to do is just be like, yeah, it was a ref disaster class. I mean, Toronto played solidly. NYCFC weren't great, but they won because Toronto got robbed. Pierre-Luc Lazier is a horrible, horrible ref, but we knew that already. Corner for Toronto. I know the Patriots got a kicker. Good for them. Free kick. Might as well be a corner. Kevin Long, header. Off the arm is sharp, but it'll be a goal kick anyway. Pierre-Luc Lausier is the ref for this game. Said his name like 5 times. Martinez alone. Maxi Morales. Fernandez wide. 74th minute. Playing forward, Coelho. Underway, Minnesota. Talk about the Wild, or are we talking about United? Hold on. We are talking about... Yeah, we're talking about the Wild. Man, I can't believe the Wild is doing so well. That's just shocking. Playing forward, 76th minute. Wild, yeah. Please don't give up. Your love for Toronto is contagious. I'm not giving up. I'm just saying this one is... Dude, do you see what we have as forwards? We have no goal-scoring threat. Of course he's your favorite ref. He just gave you 3 points that you desperately need. Of course he's your favorite ref. And he's the one I hate the most. Doesn't really matter. Anybody on pro is a nameless gray face except for Ishmael Elfaf, which is crazy because 2 years ago I wouldn't even have said that. Or, well, 3.5 years ago I wouldn't even have said that. So do that what you will. Disband pro. Shoot him into the sun. Give me back the scabs. Give me back the scabs. Hey, if Wes McCauley retires from the NHL, he should join pro. He'd fit right in. He'd fit right in. '77th minute. Goal kick. Playing forward. Foul free kick for NYCFC. 78th minute. Maxi Morales coming off. 78th minute for Pereira. Burke Risa coming on as well. For sure. This game as a whole was underwhelming. I'll agree with that. Well, I'll agree with that. Playing forward. I think a 1-1 draw would be fair. Playing forward. Ooh. '80th minute. Thoughts on the new NYCFC signing? Good player, talented, should be interesting. O'Neal should be an interesting move to have him move over to NYCFC. I think it could work. It's out for a throw. Ten minutes to go plus stoppage time. Well, hey, as long as the Leafs win, I mean, I'm not going to scream about this because the Leafs are still playing and we still got that to go. If the Leafs win, today was a good day. Flush it. I know it's match 10, but it is what it is. Toronto didn't play that bad anyway. Corbianu, cross. Blocked. Spatzer with a shot that gets blocked. How did Chelsea not destroy Everton? As they play ugly, dour football just to keep themselves up, and then Chelsea is just Chelsea. They still won, though, so that's fine by me. It's fine by me. They won. 81st minute. Just win. Get the points. I don't care. Just get the points. Just get the points. Get top 5. Win the conference. There you go. So, I don't care how you do it. Just get it. Cross. Shot. Save by Sean Johnson. So that's not a penalty, though. 82nd minute. Eight minutes plus stoppage time to go. Insigne gives it away. 83rd minute. Oso, that's out for a throw for NYCFC. Yeah. Playing forward. Spicer. I do like Cozy. He shows flashes. He's talented. I think he has some good talent. I think Cozy has some good talent. He's definitely grown into a solid player overall. I mean, he's had a lot of minutes over the past couple of years. You might as well. So that's what happens when you give people a chance. Kind of from necessity, but when you give young players a chance, guess what? And you don't just throw them out with the bathwater, whether that's because they have potential, you could trade them, or because you just don't use them. When you give them a chance, they normally find a way to succeed. Interesting. Like every other club in the world's figured that out. Like 2/3 of MLS has figured that out. Wow. We finally figured that out. Hey. God. I'd say he's closer to MLS MVP level goalkeeper. Not totally, but he's starting to be the same guy he used to be. Insigne, there was a little bit there where it was shaky, but that's probably because the team was ass. But corner, 85th minute. The Steelers took Will Howard. Will Howard from Ohio State. No. He's honestly trash. Okay. Solid MLS vet. Yeah, I would agree with that. Honestly, a little bit better at his best currently. But he's a national champion, Will Howard. Give me a break. Cam Scattaboo from Arizona State to the Giants. Yeah, no, I hate that. Thank you very much. Because I like Cam Scattaboo. I want him to go to a team that I liked. Want him to go to a team that I like. Shot wide by Spicer. The positive is the Mississippi State, Arizona State should be an easier game for State to win this year. Pretty much, at least. 87th minute. Longstaff is on for Sharp. Yep, that's the white flag. There you go. No. I don't know why. I just started thinking about Seamus's old theme. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah. Did. 88th minute. '89th minute. Oh, cool. I hope you're happy. As long as the Leafs win, I'm happy at this point. This game didn't really matter in the slightest. If this makes TFC miss the playoffs, we'll circle back to it. We'll circle back to it if TFC misses the playoffs because of this game. If not, it is what it is. I'm more worried about the Leafs. That's where I am at this point. If this is the game that makes TFC miss the playoffs, then we'll circle back and complain about it then, I guess. Well, Howard from Ohio State for the Steelers, I know. Oh, Cincinnati 2-1 SKC. Well, that makes sense. They honestly should have played the Miami Columbus Crew game at the Horseshoe, not at the Cleveland Browns Stadium. Oh, wait, the Haslams own them both. I know. Bad PK call cost them. Yeah, I'm fine. I know Seth Rollins did a draft pick for the Bears. I can't troll him because, all my teams are shit. So, it's funny. I feel the same way. 6 minutes of stoppage time. You know what? I can't troll Seth Rollins about being a Bears fan because all my teams are shit. TFC, shit. Leafs, well, they've had a bad history, but let's just say now, when it comes to the big moments, hopefully that's changed, but we haven't it proved yet. Shit. Mississippi State, besides Dak Prescott, shit. In that one baseball year. Blue Jays, besides 2015 and the two World Series is when I wasn't alive. Shit. Thank you, Shapiro. But hey, at least they re-signed Vladdy. Great. Win. That's all I care about. Patriots, yeah, that's the only good thing I ever had was Tom Brady. The Patriots are shit now, too. That's why it's fun bandwagoning the Steelers. At least they win 9 games a year. Right now, that's really good. Right now, that's really good for me. Trust fall, easy. Now, if you said Liv Morgan or EO Sky or then no, but in that case, trust fall. Okay, so we all understand each other. But I will say, but even then, well, I guess I would have to take the trust fall anyway. That's just a hypothetical, though. So, but definitely trust fall with the situation you put out. Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Al-Ali didn't make the final. What the hell? No. 93rd minute. Really? Holy Lord. Oh, there it is. Really? 93rd minute. Mamelodi Sundowns beat Al-Ali. They actually did. Okay. Can't believe it. Own goal. Well, there you go. '94th minute. But, yeah, considering all my teams are shit, it's pretty well, not the Argos. The Argos have won 2 Grey Cups in the past 3 years. So, no, actually, the Argos are good, but nobody cares about the CFL. At least in Toronto. See, goal for Barca. Well, good for them. Yeah, here's the bad thing about the CFL. I think more people will care about it this year because of reasons. But because of reasons, I think more Canadians will care about the CFL just because, buy Canadian. But I thought the Patriots draft was okay. I'm sure that'll happen, though, if they find a way to put it over. Like the CPL's CPL's been growing well in the Northern Super League. Rock owns the XFL. Go Battlehawks. They have their moments. You might as well just really call the Battlehawks and Argos minor league teams. Pretty much. And a save by Sean Johnson to make sure it doesn't get to 2. Minnesota tied at 1-1. Carlito! Yeah, Belichick was at a Hurricanes game with his 22-year-old girlfriend. Or whatever she is. Dude, Bill, I love the CPL too, and I like the Canadian Football League as well, and the Northern Super League. I do. But I would actually venture a guess that the CPL is honestly more popular than the CFL at this point. I would go there. 27. Well, there you go. No, that was just my... I think Rory's right that Bill Belichick's girlfriend is 27, but does it matter? The dude's in his 70s. Does it matter? Jamarcus Russell, like he didn't even care. Ryan Leaf had talent. He just he had his problem. He had his demons. Jamarcus Russell didn't give a shit. It's out for a goal kick, and that should be the last kick of the game. Raiders owner, because, look at Mark Davis. That man looks like Chucky. Mark Davis looks like Chucky. Who would even be, if you had any self-respect, I don't care about the money. That man looks like Chucky. At least Bill may have some interesting personality, and Bill is Bill Belichick. Well, yeah, Bill at least looks better than Mark Davis. Mark Davis looks like Chucky. Whoever's with Mark Davis has no self-respect. They're just there for the money. You could tell. Bowl cut looking like Chucky ass. I saw the score. Oh, well. That's the other tournament. 97th minute, goal kick. And that's full time. NYCFC wins 0-1. Robbery. With that being said, we'll review the game. We'll be back within the hour to review the game. I'll be back for the Leafs game at 6 o'clock Central, 7 Eastern. We'll be live for that and review that. So with that being said, NYCFC wins 0-1. And there you go. I will be back soon. Review, then live stream. Then we got another day of this with the Blues and St. Louis City on Sunday. Oh. Well, there you go. Oh, there we go. Boom. All right. With that being said, GG's. GG's. Enjoy the 3 points. Honestly, a draw would have been more fair, but that's life. with that being said, I'll be back. If you like this stream, like, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour. Then I'll see you for the Leafs game later tonight. And there you go. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace.